welcome back to the Ashes of Creation series. Today is a cool episode that hasn't really been touched on whatsoever. We're gonna look at gathering slash, I believe, processing and crafting, which are supposed to be the three independent kind of jobs that you'll be able to have. I'm sure there will be other stuff, but these are the three main ones that they're focusing in this video. This one's from back in July 2020, so it's still fairly recent. I know some of the videos we did earlier were like 3 to 4 years old. They probably have released a bit more information regarding gathering slash crafting, which I'm sure we'll get into later. But yeah, let's hop into it. I will post the link to this video because we're just watching a portion of it, of the specifically crafting portion from one of their development updates. So yeah, if you want to check out the full video, I will post the link to the Ashes of Creation YouTube video in the description. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it.
When you level up, you're like, yeah. Preface things before we move into the next thing, which is going to be our
Sorry, I'm
17-minute
partly
long
blocking
video.
Steven.
We want to talk a little bit about gathering and harvesting, and obviously we'll talk a little bit about it after, and I'll grab some questions from chat, so definitely toss your questions in. We'll also have Ashes of Creation responding to some of the ones that we've already answered before. So I guess, Steven, if you want to kind of preface this before we
Yeah,
switch over?
just to contextualize the video, when did we record this? Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah.
God, the days are just they're all blurring together.
I feel you
Okay.
on that one.
Contextualizing this is basically we wanted to show off two things. One, the very early stages of gathering, and really the way it works, and we're going to go into a little bit more depth afterwards. The gathering is one branch of the artisanship tree. There's three primary branches: gathering, processing, and crafting, and those are meant to have interdependencies within one another.
So artisanship is one of the trees they said. So I'm sure that there are going to be other trees rather. So this isn't going to be the sole crafting.
But essentially, what we show today is kind of there's tool prerequisites when it comes to accessing certain resources in the world as a gatherable. And gatherers will have the abilities to create their tools, but those tools will have only a certain number of usage before you need to recreate that tool. And essentially, as you become more
It's
proficient
fairly
within the
standard.
gathering branch of the artisanship tree and your tool making becomes better, you begin to increase the amount of usages that are available. And
Fairly
then
standard
those
for most MMOs.
usages that are under the tool prerequisite will eventually come to the point where you'll have these master tool sets that'll grant you access to the highest possible gatherables in the world. And one other thing to note about gatherables is there's both a combination of, I guess there's three types of gatherables. There's the ones that a lot of us are used to, which is the single-use resource out in the world. You gather it, it goes away for a period of time, and then it comes back later or randomly spawns elsewhere in the region. The second is going to be these large static veins that exist, which will attract lots of people, and they'll have a finite number of gathering that's possible until that vein is depleted, and then it will will go out and respawn somewhere else in the world.
That's pretty
And
cool.
then the last type of gatherable is a mobile group gatherable kind of thing. So these are like herds of animals that might be out there in the world, and they may move a little bit. So it's like a moving resource, so to speak. Maybe exists on a spline and just kind of goes around the world. You're only going to see in this video the very basic type of gathering mechanic, which is that first type that you can gather. And then additionally, we did receive a lot of questions about the size of the world. And one thing that I personally love about an MMO is having this grand, magnificent type of architecture that exists. So we ran you through one of the dungeons, but I did it with Margaret and Sarah. By the way, this is Margaret, Sarah, myself doing this little video. I did it at flying above the dungeon so that you can just get an understanding of the scope. I know you had seen likely this dungeon in previous 4K video, but it was on foot. So I really wanted to show off, being up in the air and just kind of seeing this grand size dungeon. And this is an early dungeon too. It's a level 10 dungeon.
Yeah, and we have shown this dungeon before, I believe, so you might have seen footage of some of it before, but are you ready to pass it over to the video?
Ready.
All right.
Let's go.
See y'all in 17 minutes.
now, everybody. Now slide to the left. Slide to the right. Take it back now, y'all.
We're recording, by the way.
What? Oh.
I'm glad they
How's
got
it
that in
going?
there. That's epic.
So no, we're good. Hey guys, we're here live. Well, actually, we're not live. This is pre-recorded, but
We're live right now.
we're live,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
We're live. We're doing it all in one.
I think this is Tank class that
Yeah,
she's
that's
playing.
true. This is one flow.
Yeah.
We're just gonna right now. You're on stream with us, and we want.
If you want to see some of the archetype videos, there was one that I just put out, I think a couple of days ago, that shows Tank, Cleric, and Mage. I can tell by the skills here. It looks like there's Gap Closer. A couple of these are stuns. I'm pretty sure that he's playing Tank archetype, just a heads up.
Show off some of the,
I don't know if they're going to be even fighting or have any combat, but
and maybe I don't know, take a look a little bit around the world. Those of you guys who are tuning in for the first time, this is our pre-alpha client. This is essentially the Alpha 1 client that's getting tested, and the bugs are getting worked out and whatnot. So, yeah, we should maybe go gather some things. Did you guys get tools and whatnot?
Yeah, I got some tools.
Yeah.
Cool.
I gotta have my tools.
You guys can set your walk mode to by pressing period if you want.
Oh, she just got off her horse.
And
Oh, I was like, wait, that horse is huge, but I think she's playing a dwarf. I was so confused right there. Or maybe no, I'm sorry. I'm not racist, I swear.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Dustin and I were like doing little dance moves.
I like it. But let's look for some some trees. Are there any trees around here? Do you guys see any trees that we can chop down?
I think there's one down over here.
So to give you guys an idea, out in the world, you're going to have you're gonna have raw resources. Oh, here.
I'm turning the audio up a
You're gonna have
little
raw
bit for the
resources
video.
that essentially you can, if you have the tools available for
Wanna go
the.
smart test?
Oh yeah, here I'll grab it. Let me see. There we go. Essentially, you have the tools for these raw resources out in the world.
Ooh,
you're going to
that's cool.
get.
Bunk.
I think you just
Good thing
died.
you're short. You like fit right in it.
Yeah, I just was safely underneath the log.
You're going to essentially be able to harvest different raw resources out in the world based off of the tools that you have available to you. And higher quality resources are going to require higher quality tools as well.
Standard.
It's also important to note that many of the raw gatherables out in the world have an opportunity to essentially to grant you rare resources that you can proc based off of the skill level you have within the gathering tree. And that's always nice to have. I think I remember playing a little bit of Star Wars Galaxies, and I really loved how they did their crafting system. I thought.
I actually never. I heard Star Wars Galaxies is like one of the most amazing MMO type games ever, and I never got to play it, and I'm kind of sad. If you guys have any experience with that game, I'd love to hear about it. I don't really know how or what it was like, to be honest. I played a lot of SOTOR, because I am a huge Star Wars fan. In fact, most of my tattoos are Star Wars. I'll show you guys them in another video if you want or something. But yeah, I heard so many great things about Galaxy.
Thought it was very well done. So, let's kill this dude.
There's a kitty on me.
Oh no.
Oh no, protect the dwarf.
Oh shit. Poor kitty.
There you go. We protected you.
Thank you.
So I actually don't know if this is literally just them going through gathering random shit. Let's go ahead and skip forward. They already did describe it pretty standard, so let's just kind of fast forward through a little bit, because I don't want to just sit here while they're gathering singular items. That seems a little boring.
On this one, well, let's go through again and just kind of show off the size of the dungeon. Let's fly this time, because I think
Okay, cool.
previously we kind of ran through
Look
it.
at this pretty bear. I don't want to kill this bear though.
Oh yeah, world. And you're gonna have the more common ones that are acting as kind of base gatherables.
So this is turning into some sort of dungeon video, it looks like.
As you process things upwards. And then you're going to have more rare ones. And these are all kind of like one-off gatherables that you're kind of seeing here, but there are large vein resources essentially, the tools to gather
Ooh,
resources.
I've never seen the backpack before. That's pretty cool.
You'll have to replace them, obviously.
I'm assuming it's gonna look a lot different at launch, but
Alright, yeah, let's we definitely can't kill the content in there, but let's fly through maybe.
cool. Well, I guess this is gonna be a crafting slash gathering slash dungeon preview video.
This one's not a
Might as well.
flying
It was fairly short. I mean, they didn't touch on too much
Really?
stuff
Yeah.
in the
one. No, it's not.
The one that's in
regarding
the-
crafting, so I guess we'll
That's
just sit here and
weird.
chill
I thought it was
for
though.
to
Are you
see
guys
kind of see the
DMs?
scale of the dungeon.
Yep.
I think so. Yeah, because we
Yep.
leveled up and stuff.
That's super weird. That you guys can't fly. Maybe you don't have, this dungeon and give you guys context for the size, literally, of like the world around you, right? I mean, this is a pretty massive, sprawling dungeon, and this is one of the first like level 10 area dungeons that you can go through.
Yeah, we did see
The
this
world
briefly
is
in one of
intending to
my
be, massive.
earlier videos. So we saw like them walking through it, but
Your-
it
your
actually
guild
looks,
and,
it does
you're
look
in your
massive.
party and you roll up on, like let's say me and Jeff were in our little party and we see you and Sarah here with your group, and you have a room that has the best maybe farm rate or whatever.
You ain't winning it. Toast and I gonna
Oh yeah,
keep it on lockdown.
we got this.
Well, what we would do
This
is
flying
we'd
mountain
go up
actually
and
looks really
politely
cool, too.
say,
It's like a
"Hey, how you
butterfly
doing? How long you
raccoon.
guys-" Whoops. I accidentally pulled up my NVIDIA thing. We would say, "Hey, you guys doing? How long are you gonna be here for?" And if you're just like, it's our room, you'll never have it, then we might have to throw down some fisticuffs and
Yeah,
maybe
it
declare
does
like
look
a guild war, or
pretty
flag on
big.
you, or something
That's what she said.
that might contest your ease of.
I'm an
gameplay
idiot,
within that room.
but yeah. So I mean, this is
Like farming for item drops and things like that.
That's divisible by
Spot here.
dungeons you guys have ever played in when you played in your MMOs.
There's
Ooh.
too many.
I
think
really like.
Oh, go for it. Test.
I like the Karazhan series and WoW, just like Return to Karazhan or Upper Karazhan, just because there's such weird layouts and funky things where you
Oh,
like
yeah.
drop through portals and sizes change.
Part.
Yeah.
so
But-
this may be
Oh, there's a lot of bears.
all that they're gonna be
Jumping
talking
puzzles?
about
Maggie, do you love
regarding
jumping puzzles.
Not
jumping puzzles.
No, I hate jumping puzzles. I'm
Guild
so-
Wars
We need
2
round
jumping
2.
puzzles were so
No.
triggering. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah. We
Where's
need
our
some-
dragon
where's
friend?
the jumping puzzle? Oh, you got to be dismounted.
Oh yes, they are gonna have
Oh, there
jumping
it is.
puzzles.
Aha.
That dragon looks so sick.
It's waiting for us to go through, I think.
But yeah, all right, we're gonna see you back on stream. Hope you guys enjoyed a little look inside the game right now. I know it's been a while since we showed some footage, about a month, but
Oh, I wanted to see the jumping puzzle.
Will be significant.
All right, well, it looks like that's it for what they're gonna show on the crafting portion. It was just a quick update, I guess. But we got to see a little bit of one of the early dungeons from kind of a flying perspective to kind of get a scale, since a lot of people were asking about the scale of the world and such. So, yeah, that's what we got for today. I'll see what I'm gonna be doing for the next video, and I will talk to you guys soon. Have a good one.